Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So I don't normally do this, but I want to put a plug in for veterans. So if you know a veteran or someone that may qualify for a VA loan, I really want to talk to them. This past month, we spent almost $4,000 writing checks to cover closing costs for veterans, namely for appraisals and other things that we give veterans perks for that I don't know if anybody else is doing. Every time I see a veteran that's at the closing table and I know they got a VA loan, I'm squeamish because I think about how much more money they probably spent, you know, how much higher their rate was. We are very, very aggressive. I cannot overstate how aggressive we are for our veteran borrowers with the rate, with the fees, and the fees that they will not pay. They will never get a better deal than working with us. I don't normally make that kind of a statement, but we are so aggressive with veterans. If you are a veteran or you know a veteran, let them talk to us. I want to help every veteran that's ever going to get into the real estate market. I want to do everything I can to fight for them because they fought for us. So please spread the word for that, not for our sake, but for their sake. We're not making money. We're in fact losing money on a lot of those deals because we're trying to do what's right for them. So again, from my heart to you and to them, spread the word on that. Let us help some more veterans, not only the rest of this year, but next year. Now, markets. This past week, Jerome Powell does what he does, and he scares the markets, acting tough, talking about all this stuff that he's going to maintain this level of monetary policy. And here's the thing, and we've talked about this in videos prior. They are overcompensating. You know, they were late to the table. Think about it. Before they started even raising rates over a year and a half or so ago, just months before they started doing that, they were talking about how inflation was fine. Here's the thing. The reason is because they're always looking in the rearview mirror. They're never looking where we are today. And it's kind of like if you ever navigated a boat, you know, if you are turning left and then you need to kind of, straighten the course back out, you don't turn it back to the right. You're just going to be, you're going to create a wake and you're going to be going all over the place. And that's kind of the way the feds have been. But there's nothing we can do about that. We feel like they're going to have to overcompensate in this boom or bust cycle that we've been in. The bust is coming. They're going to have to overcompensate probably the Q1 of next year. But what can we do about that? Nothing. Can't do anything about what they do and how they control and how the bond market reacts. I talked to somebody, a friend of mine the other day, and they talked about how this is reminding them of 1970s, early 80s. He's convinced that rates are going to continue to go up way before they go down. He may be right. I hope he's wrong, but the reality is we don't know what's going to happen in the 6 months, 9 months, but we do know that we're poised for rates to come back down eventually. It's going to settle down. It's all going to have to work out. What can we do in the meantime? Educate our consumers. Educate those that are looking to list a house, but then they're going to have to buy a house, especially those that are renting and are on the sidelines before they buy a house. They're waiting for rates to come down. Check out our TikTok page. I did a TikTok about this, I believe yesterday, talking about how much money they would lose if they sat on the sidelines waiting for rates to come down. Now is the time. The best time to buy real estate was yesterday. And the next best time is today. You guys know that, we know that, but we've got to educate our borrowers and our consumers rather. So let's get together and talk about that. Now, there is a key report that came out this past week. It's called a WARN, W-A-R-N report, and it indicated with these huge manufacturing companies when they're in these communities and they're about to have a bunch of layoffs, that has spiked tremendously. There's been a big spike in that report, in the reporting of future layoffs. The jobs report, however, has not seen that being manifested in itself yet, obviously. But we do anticipate in the next 90 days, the next few job reports going into the first of the year may not be very good, which means it's going to signal more of a recession, and it's going to signal these domino that we've been talking about, these dominoes that we've been talking about in the last couple months. So we do feel like all that is going to end up impacting rates in our favor. But in the meantime, let's continue talking about temporary rate buy downs, how we can overcome the temporary payment shock, and how we can educate our borrowers and our consumers on whether it's now time to list or buy. Now's the time to do it. Even though we're getting to the holiday season and people are usually on the sidelines, I believe now's the time. If people wait for the spring of next year, it may be too late. Prices are going to continue to rise. So let's get together, talk about strategy, how we can help you get more listings, more commissions, and help these consumers make the right choices as they're contemplating this real estate. You guys have a great weekend.